think people equate hunger with, do they have enough resources? And I think we know that people don't have enough resources. We have very low median income in this county.
Certainly the numbers are increasing for those who are coming into our office for pantry assistance and other kinds of assistance, but predominantly pantry assistance.
I think the economy has affected everybody. Those who don't have jobs, of course, it affects them even more. But food prices are going up, so how do you stretch your dollar to compensate?
Over the last 10, 15 years, we've lost our big industrial base. A lot of the real high quality or high paying jobs have left. Most people are in underemployed minimum wage jobs.
They make too much to be on assistance, but they're not making enough to live comfortably and struggle from day to day.
Certainly senior citizens, with Social Security being what it is, are in need.
We have an older population now. I'm a baby boomer, so we're getting older. So 10 years from now, how's that gonna look?
There's a lot of working poor, a lot of families, husband and wives, who are working several part-time jobs to make a living.
There's nothing worse than when you're really hungry and you're not in a position to eat. And boy, to have to feel like that all the time, that's got to be distracting in life. And let alone when people are wondering, when is my next meal coming? What am I going to do?
All those factors factor into the need for food. And you have to eat. How do you get it?
We provide actually free lunch and free breakfast to every student in our district every day. And we started with just saying we know that we have a need to have students get breakfast, and the program was so successful we decided we really needed to do that all the time.
When I subbed in the schools, it was quite apparent to me that a lot of these kids were coming hungry. And I remember one time it was getting near the end of the school year and summer was coming, and this one child was so upset that school was ending, and I couldn't imagine what it was about. And I asked the teacher, and she said it was because they weren't going to get fed in the summer. And that never even crossed my mind.
The bottom line in education is if they are hungry, they're not able to focus, they're not able to pay attention, they're worrying about those basic needs, and so we can't be worrying about or having them focus on learning without having their basic needs met as a person and as a human being.
It affects your learning, your attention ability. It affects a whole lot of things, your growth. What you eat is what you are. And if you're not eating, a good meal, a good hot meal, at least 2, but 3 times a day, then you have a tendency to drift off and think of some other things maybe. So food is a part of being human.
Something may irritate us, but once it's gone, that irritation, whether it's an itch or something, we just don't think about it. And so I think we're at the stage where we're not thinking about it. Kids are ready to get right down to their schoolwork. We know that they've got something in their bellies, and so it's become an issue where we don't think about it. Now we can really focus on, is their learning being impacted because they're hungry? And besides hunger, there could be other issues, obviously. I mean, there could be family issues, or mom and dad are having some stressors, or there's financial issues in the family, and so all of those things. But at least we know we're eliminating that as a problem for the students so that they should be able to function better in the classroom.
I'll tell you what, the volunteerism in this town is extraordinary. We have a lot of people willing to give of their time. My family and I went over to the 7th Street New Life Ministries food pantry at Thanksgiving, and there were more volunteers than they knew what to do with.
What I'm really impressed with this community are the number of organizations and the number of people that are stepping up trying to help people.
The food stamps are huge. The churches have every Wednesday, they rotate a community dinner, and they feed I know the church I'm involved with, they feed about 100 to 150 people a night.
We have Reverend Granger's church, New Life Fellowship. They have a food pantry, a pretty big one. That's probably one of the bigger ones in our community here. Salvation Army. Those people that haven't been involved in food banks before or food service before are getting more involved.
Here in Coshocton, there are quite a few other nonprofit organizations that are assisting people with other needs. We have a couple of food pantries. We have other organizations that are assisting the elderly, the veterans, the handicapped. So luckily here in Coshocton there are a lot of organizations providing assistance to different specific groups, which is really a good thing.
We're all community. Community means we share our resources. Just because you live next door to each other doesn't make you community. When you share resources, that makes you community. And food is one of those resources.